I'm not driving in your car by myself.
Guess who's here with me?
Me.
We've got to make a run to the grocery store. We're out of groceries. We have nothing to eat. And where are we going?
Gas station first.
Why are we going to the gas station?
Get me a snack.
He wants a snack, so we're gonna stop at the gas station and get him a snack, and then we gotta go to the grocery. We got peanut butter, no jelly, Kool-Aid, no sugar, and a can of Spam. Let's talk about editing for a little bit. One thing I've noticed is a lot of people online will talk about how long it's taking them to make their vlog. And one thing about editing videos, there's two things that dictate how fast you can edit the video. One is your experience level. How experienced are you with the software that you're editing with? And then two is your machine that you're using. But then it occurred to me that it could be the equipment that they're using. See, a lot of people try to edit video on MacBooks. And MacBooks are great. I did it for years. I actually have one right here that I used to edit on. I've got another one out in the garage that I kind of tore apart and I need to really either sell it or something like that. MacBooks are great for editing if you don't have anything else, but they're not the fastest. Even the newest MacBook is not as fast as something like this guy right here. This here is a Mac Tower, and I know it's loud. I know the fan right here is, you can't see it or feel it, but it is blowing out some serious air. And the reason being is, inside of here is a pretty serious processor, and the processor is important for video editing, but it's not as important as two other things. One is the video RAM. This has 64 gigs of video RAM. The second, and that's the graphics card. This one has the GeForce GTX 970, which is a 4 gigabyte GDDR5 graphics card. And the reason this thing is nice is it really allows me to handle 4K footage without having to use proxies, without having to have a lot of limitations on my machine. At the same time, regular 1080p footage or anything lower than that, it's going to edit it and render it very fast. There's not a lot of setbacks with that. This is the card that ships with it, and this is the ATI Radeon 5770. It's only a 1 gig card, and I have to keep it around. And the reason I have to keep it around is the one downside that Mac is they don't play nice with other products. So anytime there's an upgrade to my system, I have to throw this guy back in because this guy isn't recognized after I do the upgrades. So this is required to get this thing back up and running. Now, I've been editing video for around 16 years now. That's how long I've been doing video production. It hasn't been consistent, but for about 16 years on many different systems I've done video editing. I have become very proficient, and I've got a workflow that I constantly use that allows me to make things go faster. So that's where the experience side of things comes in. On top of that, the beast of a machine that I have down here renders very, very fast. Rendering is the part of video editing that takes the longest. It takes forever. So the best way to do it is get as much work done as you can and then render overnight when you go to bed. So get everything you can done, render, go to bed, wake up the next morning, and your render should be done. The software I use is Adobe Premiere. I have the Creative Cloud 2017, which is the newest version that they just came out with. I pay the monthly subscription. Now, I used to be a big proponent of steal it until you can afford it. When you're first starting out, sometimes you kind of have to do that because you can't afford that. Now, I will say the new $50 a month subscription service, as opposed to $1,500 up front for the software, is a lot better, a lot more economical at $50 a month. Most people can afford that, especially if you've got any kind of revenue coming in from the work that you're doing. And I actually got that philosophy from watching an old episode of Diggnation. I don't know if you guys remember Diggnation with Kevin Rose and what the heck was the dude's name? Now it's gonna bother me, I gotta look it up. And Alex Albrecht. There it is. They had a philosophy, and they used to talk about it back in the day. If you're coming up in the industry, because software was so expensive, but yet software was something you needed to get experience on so that you could get a job, because it's kind of that domino effect. It's also a time frame when sites like Pirate Bay were huge out there, and you could pretty much find anything you needed. But they were big proponents of the steal it till you can afford it philosophy, and I have kind of followed that. I can afford it now, so I pay for it. And it wasn't even about stealing it. It was about so I could take it, learn from it, to build my resume, to be able to do better jobs. Because I'll tell you what, there's tons of free things out there. Other than DaVinci Resolve, if you're using something free and you try to take that experience and apply it to the real world and you want to get a job doing this, nobody's going to hire you if all your experience is in iMovie and Windows Movie Maker. Make sure you're jumping up to something real and at least getting experience in that before you try to take that next step. That's just a little bit of food for thought, kind of an apple a day, keeps the doctor away type thing. It's a good apple. I got an email from Canon today letting me know that they can fix my G7X, my other one that I dropped at the store. So they're gonna fix it, and then I'll be able to get it back, sell it, and recoup some of the money that I put into this one. That's some good news. And the moral of the story is always make sure that I've got this. This is the strap. It is actually secured to this one, so anytime I go anywhere and I'm walking around and I'm vlogging, I don't want to do that again. And I had actually dropped it on the, I knew it would be okay dropping it on the carpet here. I knew it wouldn't mess it up. So, ha. But in the long run, it's good. It's some good stuff, so. That was weird. I heard somebody, but there's nobody around. Okay, now it's like a ghost hunt. I don't hear anything now. I swear I heard a voice. Everybody is asleep in this house. Everybody. That's kind of crazy. Okay, so we have just established that my house is haunted. And I think that's where I'll leave you guys tonight. Hopefully I make it through the night and I'm not, you know, sucked into some demonic portal or something like that and lost forever. But I highly doubt that would happen. Make sure you guys thumbs up the video, like the video, share the video with all your friends. Make sure you guys check out all the links below. Check out the Facebook, check out the Twitter, check out all that good stuff. The Facebook and Twitter, I am going to be putting some Facebook and Twitter content only on there. I've got something planned I'm going to do real soon with the Facebook and put a special video out there just for Facebook. So if you're not on the Facebook and if you're not on the Twitter, you won't ever get to see it. So make sure you guys check that out. But definitely share this video. Get it out there. Especially if you like what I'm doing here. Make sure that, and other than that, maybe tomorrow we'll do a ghost hunt and see what we can find. That'd be kind of cool.